What was it like knocking Markham out?
Awesome. If you land a good clean knockout punch like that, you don't really feel any contact. The punch just goes straight through him, and I can't imagine there be anything that would compete to that. I mean, as I get older, I might experience. I mean, maybe having kids is probably pretty good, but you know, at the moment, that is the best thing I've ever experienced.
Do you follow Premiership at all? Do you?
I'm sure there are a few people in the UK that'd be upset if I said I don't like soccer, but I just, you know, I prefer the lower level stuff. I used to go and watch my dad play on a Saturday and a Sunday morning, and always whatever team he played for, there were always a couple of guys on the team that were a bit crazy, and they used to play dirty, and they always used to get sent off, and I kind of like that mentality, you know what I mean? Because that's a lot more British to me, you know what I mean? That kind of fight and keep fighting kind of mentality. But I remember the first thing he showed me was how to drag the studs down the side of the guy with the ball, you know, down the side of his legs, and you know, and it kind of caused him some pain. And that was like my dad's mentality. It was kind of like the Raiders mentality, you know. It's like, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, kind, you know. And I always kind of like that mentality, and I think it's partly to do with that why I don't like the international football now, because there's too many kind of sissies, you know, there's too many people that complain about a bit of pain.
England belongs to me. A nation's pride, the dirty water of the rivers. No one can take away her memory. Oh, England belongs to me.
Do you think that contributed to you becoming a fighter, I guess?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, originally I started because I was into like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you know, when I was a kid I was watching Turtles and I'm running around at school kicking kids, and you know, I wasn't doing it because I wanted to cause them pain. I was doing it because I wanted to be like the Ninja Turtles. Because of the hours that I spent doing it, eventually I got to a good level, and I was winning, you know, and I started to realise that I was getting respect for doing what I was doing. I was getting involved, and I was competing, and I was doing all right, and I kind of liked that respect I was getting from it. And win or lose, you know, you give it 100%, and you know, you make sure that everybody knows that you went in there and you gave it all you got, you know. And that's why I always like Japanese MMA, because win or lose, it doesn't matter, you know. In Japan, as long as you go in there and you fight hard and you show some skills, you know, the fans love you there, you know.
What we're doing is called the cold laser, and it's a light therapy. It injects light into the tissues, into the cells, and increases the cell's natural mitochondria level. So we get more healing, more circulation. And so Dan doesn't get big fat ears.
It might look kind of strange, but it works. You know, I always read the forums and stuff. I spend hours wasting my time reading forums and stuff. But it just fascinates me that people who've never met me before, you know, I mean, there's like guys in Canada and in the States and stuff that they've never met me before. All they know about me is the 2 fights I've had in the UFC and maybe a couple before that. Mm-hmm. And they want to discuss me and my fighting style and my life. I mean, there was a couple of guys talking on the Sherdog forum about the fact that I left university a year early to pursue a fighting career, and I find it strange that people care about that kind of stuff, you know. But at the same time, I've got to appreciate that people want to know that kind of stuff, and they take an interest in that. So it's my responsibility to give them that information.
Nice. And drop the head. You're in a boxing situation, or boxing position. You're always trying to tuck your chin to your chest. So you're walking around like this, and this was a natural posture. When your head's too far forward, it makes your head feel like it weighs 30 pounds, not 10 pounds. So all the muscles in the back of the neck, shoulder to the bra line, are now carrying around 30 pounds, not 10 pounds, making them work too much. And then also neurologically it blocks off the nervous information going from the neck to the shoulders to the elbows to the wrists to the power hands. So ever since we've been working with him in terms of structurally correcting his non-proper position. He's doing a lot better. No injuries. He goes into training camp. No nagging injuries. And so he's perfect 6 weeks out.
Do you think there's more fans now?
I think there are a lot more casual fans than there used to be. You get the people that follow it like they do the Premiership, you know, and it's like they're not obsessive fans. They're not the guys that walk around with the Manchester United shirts on all the time and stuff. You know, they're not the guys that they might own a couple of tap out T-shirts, but they don't necessarily wear them all the time. And I think the UFC have kind of they've recruited a lot more of those kind of fans. You know, the kind of fans that are willing to turn up and watch the shows and you know will keep up with news on the internet to a certain extent, but not spend hours on forums. And they're the kind of fans that are going to carry it across to the mainstream. The hardcore fans will always be there, and they're the people that have supported it and kept the sport from going under. But it's the casual fans, you know, the ones that the hardcore fans don't really respect too much. You know, the kind of there's a bit of rivalry because they don't know everything about every fighter. But they're the ones that are putting the money into the sport and keeping it alive. I have my hair cut like this because I genuinely like to look kind of, you know, I like to stand out, look kind of different. You know, I've always kind of dressed a bit strange, and I've always kind of wore what I was comfortable with and looked how I feel comfortable. There's two sides to it. There's the people that don't like you because you look, because of the way you look. If I had a shaved head, I'd still get the same kind of treatment. I'm sure. You know, there'd be something that somebody wouldn't like. And then there's the next extreme is when people meet you and you don't have your hair. If I don't have a red mohawk and I meet some fans, they're always a little bit disappointed that I don't have it. You know, it's like, oh, what's happened to your hair? You know, and then I kind of feel like, oh, you know, it's my responsibility. I really should be kind of maintaining this look.
Shout the world.